Happy birthday, Aquarius! So this is for an Aquarius. Happy birthday. Give you a happy birthday reading. Welcome. If you're new, my name is Vanessa, and if you are returning, welcome. Returning. So grateful for you. Nutrition. You conduct healing work with your culinary skills. Ooh. Am I talking to someone who is a amazing cook? Or you're just focusing on your nutrition? It could be a bit of that, like the New Year's resolution kind of vibe or energy. Not that you necessarily full on believe in that either. It's just like there is this fresh, yes, this is my time of the year and I want to take care of myself. That's the overall feeling that I'm feeling. It does feel a bit like a clean slate. We have spiritual teacher. Aquarius, the humanitarian. Aquarius, the 11th house, and the opposite being Leo in the 5th house. The shared axis between these two is being on stage. Now with Leo, the being on stage is usually geared more towards acting, entertainment, theatrics, illusion. It's a way for people to come and kind of like escape their everyday burdens and be entertained for a few hours. Aquarius energy on stage is very much more like going to a TED Talks or a seminar or a learning experience. So when Aquarius takes the stage, Aquarius wants to educate the group. They want to revolutionize. They want to bring new technology forward, new information forward, very inventive and very outside of the box thinking. Aquarius, and if you followed me for a bit, you're going to hear, sorry if you're hearing it again, but I get a lot of lightning bolt energy with Aquarius, especially if you have Mercury in Aquarius, the way that your mind works. It's just really quick. So you could literally be giving talks right now, being paid to speak. There's somehow that you're on a stage, and it could be that the stage setting is really just you're in a classroom, but you're the teacher and you have an audience of students and you're teaching them something, and you could be teaching them how to take better care of their nutrition. You could be teaching cooking courses. And if someone's been thinking of doing that, then this is a validation for you to go ahead and yes, you should be teaching people how to cook in ways that are delicious and nutritious. Okay, we got light and love. Your purpose is to bring divine healing, light, and love to this world. Oh, beautiful glowing orb of light coming from the heart chakra and throat chakra. Okay, and energy healing. Wow. So, okay, let's say you're a cook. You could also be studying Reiki or ways of working with energy or even just gardening and utilizing your hands and your visualization and light and intention. I see you infusing your intention of healing light and love into your food, like you're blessing your food. You're gardening, you're growing your own food, you're nurturing all of this. Wow. And it's just, if you are a spiritual teacher already and you know this about yourself and you have your psychic abilities and your gifts, doing this work with your nutrition and food is helping your abilities to open up immensely, helping you to radiate a lot more light. And you could be noticing how your skin, I'm getting specifically the skin on the face, is radiating and glowing. So you could be going through a glow up because you really are focusing on bringing the spirit and the body together very harmoniously. And again, you could just be doing this for yourself and really honing in on your nutrition because you're a spiritual teacher and you know that you need to focus on your health to teach and give out your gifts and services. or you're someone who loves to cook and you're also kind of spiritual and you're learning all of these new energy healing, spiritual teaching techniques that you're infusing into your food or courses around creating food or your recipe books. Counseling on the bottom of the deck. So again, if you're thinking about creating a recipe book or you're teaching people how to nourish themselves so that their spirituality can thrive, or infuse their food with more life force energy so that they can thrive on a physical level, like, this is a validation to go ahead and do that. And if you have done that, I think this is opening up so many new opportunities for you. And you probably already know that. So please drop in the comments below if this is your reading. Obviously, if this is not your reading, you know, if you're not into spiritual teaching and you're not into nutrition and you're not into light and love or energy healing, then this reading's not for you. But if you're into those things, it's definitely for you. Okay. So now we're moving into... Gotta clear those lungs. I'm also getting black pepper. Could be working with a lot more black pepper or cayenne or something where you like, it gets the sinuses to open up a bit. You're like clearing your lungs. Could be just that you're also exercising more. That's for somebody, okay? We have Gates of Triumph. Success expands in your life. Yes, this is, you're on to something really big here. You're on to something really big. And I think you already know. This is very much validation, joy, and delight. Look how similar this card looks to the light and love card. Look at, they're like playing catch with a ball of light. Open your heart to joy. Yeah, I just think you're feeling a lot more grounded as well because you're putting in so many more root vegetables. So lots of root vegetables, reds. What kind of root vegetables are red? So definitely, you know, carrots, those are orange. But then I'm seeing like tomatoes, which don't grow in the root, you know. Okay, oh, radishes. Oh, radishes. Okay, so a lot more grounding and you're working with your root chakra as well. Wow. Valiant courage and discovering truth. I really think that you're getting a lot more spiritual insights and you're able to channel information a lot more clearly and powerfully. It can even feel a little overwhelming at time where like your body needs time to recalibrate. That could also be why you are getting this nutrition card, or you've been getting these intuitive hits to work with your nutrition more. It's like really definitely grounding in and working more with that root chakra and discovering truth and valiant courage. And so it's like you're really being courageous to open up to new ways of interpreting information on an intuitive level. Mercury retrograde is happening in a month, and it's moving through Pisces. So this could be a little bit of like a precursor and a hello, work on your spiritual communication. Start to tune in more to how you connect to spirit and how you channel information. And it's going to be outside the box, Aquarius. And you're the perfect person to do this. That ability to receive these lightning bolt ideas. It's very important that you pay attention to what's happening in your life and around you and your environments around you over the next 2 months. Because that Mercury retrograde happens the end of February of 2026 if you're watching this in real time. Otherwise, if this is a timeless reading, so if you're just an Aquarius tuning in, this message is still valid for you if you are into food and spiritual teaching. But yeah, in 2 months, so by March 20th, that's when Mercury goes direct again at 8 degrees Pisces. And it won't move out of that shadow. It'll move out of the 22 degrees in Pisces on April 9th of 2026. So if you're watching this right now, Aquarius, then there's definitely a big door opening to you so that you can access more of these spiritual insights around what you're doing, what you're teaching, and how you're nourishing yourself and others through this like food for thought. Or literal food. Or literal food. And you are a wise leader. Really stepping into your own. And there could be a lot more symbols that you're noticing or working with or paying attention to. I'm just noticing the spiritual teacher card and the wise leader card. She has tattoos on her, even her face, this one. And here we've got all of these spiritual symbols. So symbols could also be really catching your eye right now, and learning more about symbolism could be something that's really important to you. If you want, if you're interested in learning more about Mercury retrograde and this specific Mercury retrograde cycle, my course will be available by February 1st. So that's something that I'm working on in the background that is coming through for you, Aquarius, that regardless of if you take up my offer or not and you want to get my course or not, I'll have a lot of info around this on my other channel, Vanessa Simpson Astrology. And so you can learn all of that for free over there. And otherwise, regardless of if you take my course or not, Spirit's saying that you are you're stepping into a time frame in the next few weeks where a big, big door is going to be open. It's not just a door, it's like steel gates. Like an area that has been off limits is going to be accessible to you. And it looks like you're already tuning into your spirituality and nourishing yourself so that you can be a leader and a teacher. And so having the awareness that this next Mercury retrograde cycle going through Pisces, for you, Aquarius, this could be huge for you, like life-changing. And it doesn't mean that you're going to like miss your opportunity if you decide you don't want that right now. But, you know, that's a choice too, to decide to not take an opportunity. And there's a huge opportunity being given to you to step in as this really courageous leader. And like public image is very much a part of this. So people are seeing you. And so you being as grounded as possible over the next few months, and you really focusing on using your nutrition to ground you, that ground on the bottom of the deck here. Okay. And I said grounding, and I did something about tomatoes, but then radishes came through because I'm getting root vegetables being important for you. Obviously, I'm not a doctor. Consult your nutritionist and your doctor before, you know, consuming whatever. But I don't think it's necessarily ever bad advice to say, yeah, eat more root vegetables. So I'm getting that pretty strongly for you. I think for most of you that if I'm talking to you about this, like you're already doing this. And if you're not, this is where that kind of like warning, heed the warning comes in from Spirit. Because because we're also, we're wrapping up this water snake year. Has it been a water snake? And we're moving into fire horse. And so finishing out the transformation process, the emotional transformation, is going to be really, really important. Because you're really, really going to be stepping into a whole new way of communicating spiritually and connecting spiritually and receiving spiritual insights and information based off of the things that you wrap up as the snake cycle ends. And that's the same time frame that this Mercury retrograde through Pisces is going to start up. So it's like you kind of want to be prepared to move into this next embodiment of self in this bigger role that you see yourself in as a leader and a teacher and a guide. And by finishing up the releasing of whatever you've been releasing from 2025, there's still going to be opportunities to continue to release throughout this 2026 year as Mercury moves through all of the water signs when it retrogrades this year. It's going to retrograde through all the water signs, better way of saying that. As it does so, you are going to be able to receive so much more communication spiritually, especially, I know I'm talking to you, Aquarius, but especially if you have a water rising sign or some heavy water placements in your chart. This is especially for you. Whew. Okay, let's just do some tarot. My traditional Rider-Waite. It's getting real warm in here. You could be cooking while you're listening to this too. So the kitchen's heating up. You're using like the stove or the oven or something. Okay, so what's going on for the Aquarius here that I am speaking to, Spirit? Thank you so much. Yeah, this is a shift in financial energy as well. You could have received an invitation that was like, something was hidden from you. And so maybe you're just now getting this like a late invitation that you think it expired or something, but it hasn't. You can still use it. So there's something in the past where you used to make money and it wasn't working anymore. And you now see this opportunity. It's like you almost missed your chance at this new opportunity, but you didn't miss your chance. So there's still some things that you're wrapping up from the old energy. So that, and things that you've definitely been more in a hermit mode. You've been in more of a hermit mode, and you're being called to really step forward and teach these spiritual insights. We have the Hermit in reverse. So literally like coming down from that mountain cave where you had your solitude and communed only with Spirit for a period of time. You learned a lot, you gained a lot of wisdom, you're more integrated, and you have a lot of light that you're carrying. You have a ton of light that you're carrying within you. And now you're being called to share that and to be in more of a public arena. You're going to be in the public more. People are going to see what you're doing. You'll be teaching people how to free themselves through their mindset, through the power of their mind, through the new insights that you're going to be teaching. There were ways that you felt trapped in the past that you freed yourself. And this is a part of how you help others, is by teaching them how to do the same. Because you've lived through this. You have a lot of passion around this topic. Again, I don't know if you're a spiritual teacher that's really focusing on nutrition, or if you're a nutrition person that's now like opening up spiritually, whatever. you've gone through it. You've gone through the trials and tribulations. You have gone through failures, and you've been able to use the failures as feedback. You've been able to transmute and alchemize all of those trials and tribulations from the past. And you have a new, fresh start, fresh energy that is going to propel you so far forward. I mean, propel you so far forward. Very balanced, very integrated, very passionate, very inspired and inspiring. You're very interested. The most interesting people are the most interested. That's for somebody. And it's really helping other people to calm down their monkey mind, to calm their mind. You really are blending in all of the things that you know about nutrition and like your physical body or health or what it needs to, like the fuel that it needs, with mindset training, because you've been in some dark places and you've learned a lot of skills and tools. You have a lot of tools in your toolbox to turn your mindset around in positive ways. And you are spiritually connected, and you you have beliefs and you have faith. Oh, good. Wow. And you're really learning how to get things off your chest and how to communicate clearly from your heart center. You've been holding this you've been protecting this gem inside yourself for so long. But it feels like you don't get to experience it when you keep it so hidden. And by sharing it and opening up and expressing this, you move from being in kind of like a hiding phase. There was something so precious that you were keeping so safe and protected. You really, really had to guard your light, your life force. You've gone through it. And so you're bringing that physical, that mental and emotional and the spiritual all together in what you're doing. And it's helping people. It's giving people strategies to work with their emotions and their mindset and their body and their connection to God or the universe or their spiritual guides, whatever it is for you. So lovely. I love it. Thank you for being here. I love your energy. It was a choice. I think you had to walk away from some people, of course. We all do on this spiritual journey. You've had romance and breakups, and you've had financial failures and successes, and you've felt trapped mentally in the past, and you've gone on your own spiritual retreat, and you've done all of the work. And it doesn't mean that the work is done, but you've come at things from so many different perspectives and angles, very holistic in your approach. And it feels like you have a very strong foundation in what you're doing and what you're creating. And it's genuinely giving people pathway to their own success. If this is you, can you please tell me what this is about? Because again, thank you for being here. Please subscribe to my channel. I love having this energy, this co-creative energy with people like you. If this is your story. Yeah, and it's so interesting too, because for so long you had to protect. Sorry, I'm getting so hot and sweaty. Who's cooking up a good meal? Good. Or this has just been cooking for a long time, and I think I'll put my Let It Cook video. I'll attach that to this. That's my most successful viral video so far. And I think I'm wearing exactly this top in that too, which is really weird. And I didn't close the back. Oh. Oh. There we go. Oh, now I'm all ready to go. Okay. Whew, gosh, you really could be, like, it's not that you might be literally like working out while you're listening to this and getting a sweat going, or you're in the kitchen cooking dinner while you're listening to this. But it's also that there's this inner fire just seriously coming to life through you. And, oh, okay, I was going to say, this is so interesting. It's so interesting that for such a long period of time, however long it was for you, it feels like more than months, like years, there was something so precious that you were holding. So precious. And you were keeping it so safe. It's like this gem or this light, like keeping the light going. Not letting your light be diminished by the cruelty in the world, by manipulative people, by people who see your light maybe even more than you and want it for themselves and do weird manipulative shit to like get at your energy because it's just so pure. And I think you had to really like keep something very valuable hidden because you were afraid of what might happen if you started to really share this. And you've been doing so much work learning how to open yourself up and share this and how to support yourself so that you can do this. And is this even what you want to do that you can do sustainably for the rest of your life? You know, you've asked yourself all these questions, you've reflected. And so what's interesting is that for so long you had to protect yourself. And now it's like oxymoronical as you step out and you share this precious light of yours and you let it literally like radiate out. You guide people with it like a torch. As you do that, you no longer have to protect yourself so intensely from other people because now you're guiding them. This is a 6 of Wands card, right? So we're going from like 7 of Wands in reverse, feeling like you really need to protect yourself from other people's opinions and even like defend yourself or like swat them away. They're getting too close. Like, leave me alone. This is my idea. It's my opinion. I'm inspired by this. I'm not inspired by what you're trying to give to me. Like, get those sticks away from me. Stop trying to poke me. Get out of here. You know? You've left that kind of defensive energy. You've left it. You went up on the mountain. You did your hermit mode thing. You know? You found the things that were hidden. And it's lit you up. And you're moving forward so valiantly, discovering all these new truths and insights, receiving so much information. I see you doing meditations and working with your chakras to bring your chakras into alignment. And it's like you don't have to defend yourself anymore. And of course, there's still going to be energy coming at you where, like, you know, there might be moments where you feel like you need to defend yourself or whatever. Like, people are still going to have their opinions. That's what these represent. Their ideas, their opinions. Lots of people going, no, my idea. No, my idea. No, mine's the best. Mine's the best. I have the biggest. Little rod humor. It's not like people are just gonna stop telling you how they think you should do things. They're still gonna have their opinions. But it's like, you now see yourself as this. and as this. And you're just so... You feel so protected by spirit that you understand that, like, people are totally allowed to have their own opinions. And you're allowed to decide for yourself. Holy moly, Aquarius. Happy birthday, Aquarius. Man, whatever this fresh slate energy is in, it is not in something very brand new. You've been spending years. I'm going to go at it. 7, 8 years, 9 years, a decade. Okay. Anywhere between 7 and 10 years figuring this whole thing out. And you made it to the next marker. Right? Like, you're still on the journey here. You didn't make it to the end destination. It's not like, oh, now this is it. There's still more. And so you've made it to like a marker. Like, I'm thinking in a video game, and you make it to a specific point, and then when you lose the life where you start over again, you don't have to start completely over again. So you've been figuring this stuff out for at least 7 years. I feel you. I feel you. Believe me, I feel you. On that, yeah, totally understand that. I mean, maybe for some people, maybe just 6 years that it's taken. But still, right now, you're in that next stage that you've been preparing for years, almost a decade. And it did not distinguish your light. And if it did for a bit, man, you noticed and you started doing the work to get that fire lit in yourself again. So you could feel alive again. So I feel like you felt like you were really trapped and like kind of dying on the inside for a long time. And part of that was that old version of you needed to die. You needed to let that person go. And like, not, I'm just saying, you just let that completely go. Like, obviously, like, so thankful and still a part of you. But moving forward now, you are a new person, Aquarius. And if you're with me here still, put a lightning bolt in the comments so that I know that you received the message, that you have done all of the right things. Even the mistakes you've made have been perfect. Like, it's all perfectly imperfect kind of deal. And it's led you to this moment now. And as we're finishing out your Aquarius season in 2026, if you're watching me right now, then the focus is to continue to release anything with the water snake energy before we move into the fire horse next month, at the end of your season before Pisces season starts. And at that same time, Mercury retrograde will be happening, going through Pisces. Okay, the house that you precede. So, or the sign that you precede. So basically right now is a time to wrap up all of that emotional, anything that you're releasing, any nostalgia of the past, any of that heart connection to something or someone that you know just doesn't serve you any longer. It's time to lovingly release that so that you have the space open within yourself to move forward. Because during this 2026 year, with all of these water retrograde cycles in Mercury, there are going to be so many psychic abilities opening up for you, Aquarius. So much heart opening up for you. So much literal healing, maybe literal love in your life. And the heart expansion. It's so beautiful. You feel so joyful, so full of love and light. It's so optimistic. But you have to continue to be brave and to hold the vision of what you're doing and continue to eat well, honey. 34, 43, mirror image there. Perfect. Reflection. We're done. I will leave you with that. Thank you for being here. If you're interested in more things from me, check the link in my bio. Check out my store. And otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading. Okay, bye.